Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another Monster Hunter World video and another episode of Mix Set Monday. This is the series where you guys submit any cool or new mix sets that you've been working on, and then each week we pick some to showcase alongside sets that we ourselves, that's me, TwoSixNine or Paradise, have been working on and share them with you guys. Last week's episode had a couple of cool sets designed specifically with the Kulve-Taroth siege in mind, so if you missed that then be sure to check out the video, I'll link it down below. But this week we've got a couple more cool sets for you to check out, plus the cosplay mix set portion returns too. So if you do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated, and be sure to comment down below and let us know what you think. Now to begin with, this first set comes from Zero Control and is built with the new Dante Charge Blade in mind. If you guys haven't got this yet, then the event is running this week, so there's still plenty of time to dive in and grab it before the quest goes away. But the set itself is comprised of the Nergigante Helm Beta, the Dober Mail Beta, the Diablos Nero Braces Beta, the Nergigante Coil Beta, and Dante's Leather Boots Alpha, also from the new Dante event quest. Your charm is the Focus Charm 3, and of course the weapon is Dante's Devil Sword Charge Blade. On the decoration front, you'll then want 2 Bolt Jewel 1s, 2 Expert Jewel 1s, 3 Artillery Jewel 1s, 1 Mighty Jewel 2, 1 Tenderizer Jewel 2, and a Magazine Jewel 2. Altogether, this then gives you Attack Boost level 4 for that plus 12 attack and 5% affinity, Weakness Exploit level 3 for a further 50% affinity when striking weak spots, Focus level 3 increasing gauge fill rate by 20%, meaning you can fill your files much quicker, Artillery level 3, since the Dante Charge Blade is an impact type Charge Blade, this strengthens the damage on the Super Amped Element Discharge. Maximum Might level 3 offers a further 30% affinity when your stamina is full, which is easy enough to maintain with this weapon. Thunder Attack level 2 allows you to max out the elemental portion of this weapon. Despite the fact that it is an impact Charge Blade, the actual blade portion of the weapon carries the Thunder element, and level 2 Thunder will push this up to 200, which is the elemental cap for this weapon. Critical Eye level 2 just offers a further 6% affinity, and finally Capacity Boost giving you 6 files instead of 5. So altogether, a really nice set that allows you to take full advantage of both the impact portion of the weapon and also the additional element thrown on top. I really like the Dante Charge Blade, mainly because the shield is essentially hidden in the form of the runes on the wrist, so it's super cool to use, and to have something built specifically around it is also pretty nice. So thanks Zero Control for submitting that set. Moving on from there, set number 2, this is one from us, and it's actually one of my Sword and Shield sets. I've had quite a few comments recently asking what I use for my Legiana Sword and Shield, so I figured I'd share that with you guys since I built it specifically to give me max crit boost among some other skills without actually needing a crit boost decoration, since I still, to this day, do not have one. Now the set I'm showing here is a little different to the one that I've been running in some of my videos recently. I optimized this one a little bit, but this one is comprised of the Wrath Soul Helm Beta, the Kulve-Taroth's Aya Alpha, the Kaiser Vambraces Beta, the Nergigante Coil Beta, and the Rathalos Greaves Alpha. Your charm is the Attack Charm 3, and the weapon is, in this instance, the Legiana Rhymespire Sword and Shield. It's an Ice Sword and Shield, but this set could also work for other weapons too. And if you wanted to run it with a different element, then as you'll see in a moment, you can simply swap out the ice decorations with your relevant element. Just keep in mind, this set is built for weapons that don't require Elemental Awakening. Anyway, your decorations are 3 Frost Jewels, 1 Attack Jewel, 1 Tenderizer Jewel, and 1 Sharp Jewel. Altogether, this firstly gives you the 2-piece Rathalos set bonus, Critical Element, which increases elemental damage when landing critical hits. You also get Attack Boost level 6 for that plus 18 attack and 5% affinity, Ice Attack level 3, which is what you need to hit the elemental cap on the Legiana Sword and Shield, Critical Boost level 3, pushing your critical hit damage up to 140%, Weakness Exploit level 3, giving you 50% affinity when striking weak spots, Stun Resistance level 2, this is just part of the Kulve chest piece, but it's not a bad skill, and if you really wanted to, you could even drop 1 point in attack and max out this so you're completely resistant to stun. I don't think it's necessary, but it's an option. You then have Jump Master level 1. Now this is just part of the Rathalos legs. Sadly, Jump Master doesn't affect the charged jump attack on the Sword and Shield, but it does of course apply to your conventional jump attacks off ledges and things. So it's not completely useless, but in truth the main reason it's here is because I needed the second Rathalos piece for the set bonus, and the legs also carried a point in Weakness Exploit. And then finally, Protective Polish, since the Legiana has a thin slither of white sharpness, so this just allows us to make that last longer. So all up, it's just a nice elemental set, good for the Legiana Sword and Shield. Keep in mind that Kulve-Taroth is 3-star weak to ice when her coat is broken, but even in the first phase, if you're attacking the front legs, they're still weak to ice. So this has largely become my go-to set for fighting Kulve-Taroth or anything especially weak to ice. However, it is worth mentioning that I do have a second version of this set. However, I didn't want it to be the focus of this video since one of the pieces it uses is from the USJ quest, and since that's not available to everyone, I didn't want that to be the main set that I showed. But for those of you guys that might have had a chance to grab the USJ Quest, and one of the armor pieces, then if you swap the Rathalos legs with the Azure Star-Lord Guards Alpha, then because the USJ set is also considered Rathalos gear, then you can still activate the Rathalos set bonus, Critical Element. The legs also give you 1 point in crit boost, meaning you can then change the chest piece to the Beta Kulvtaroth chest piece, and then because you've got 2 extra slots, you can throw a Tenderizer Jewel on the legs, so you still have Weakness Exploit level 3. You can then throw something like a Brace Jewel into the chest piece, because that gives you level 1 flinch free, and that's a skill I really like to have with my Sword and Shield, because it gets tripped around quite a bit, so it basically makes you immune to basic trips from people like longsword users or other people with sort of, wide sweeping attacks. And you also have a spare slot to throw something like your attack jewel in there. So this is a secondary version, something that I do typically use, but again, if you don't have access to the USJ Quest, then the first set is the main focus. So finally, moving on from there to the cosplay segment of this week's episode, as I'm sure you might have imagined, with the addition of Dante's long leather jacket, that opened up the doors to some fun costume ideas. So I've picked out a few ones, some of them are simple recolors, some of them are more involved. But first up from Sleepy AJ, a simple one, but if you change your hairstyle to a shorter hairstyle and colour it white, then completely recolor the Dante armor set blue, then you can instead have Virgil, and since the Dante armor has some pretty good skills, this can also be functional as well. Another option, this one comes from JRAG, but if you change your hair to blonde, and this works with both males and females, and then apply this face paint that looks sort of like whiskers, dye the Dante armor orange, then you essentially have Naruto in Sage mode. You can even go as far as to add the eye makeup to really drive home the Sage look. Then for the Resident Evil fans out there, YangiBot has a couple of Wesker options for you. First up, if you pick the slicked back hairstyle, colour it blondie brown, then you can either go for Wesker with the trench coat by simply colouring all of the Dante armour black and throwing on the shades that come from the Shamos event quest. Or if you'd rather have Wesker without his jacket, then throw on the leather beta chest and the waist, and keep the other parts of the Dante armour, and you have this version instead. And then finally, for the Attack on Titan fans out there, we have BB Reki's attempt at the Scout Regiment Cloak. For this one, you'll want the Hunter's Alpha chest piece, the leather Alpha arms, waist and legs, and for the helm, it can really be anything. I threw on the eye patch, BB used the bandana, but really it's up to you. But this then gives you the Scout look, and if you run it with the dual blades and pull off the Beyblade move, then you really have the perfect Attack on Titan moment. But that, my friends, is pretty much it for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Remember that if you want to submit your own sets, you can either do so by sending an email to the Mixset Monday email, mixsetmonday@gmail.com, or you can then join the Arekkz Gaming Discord and submit them in the Mixset Monday submission thread. Fashion or functional, they're all welcome. But until the next episode, thank you for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.